What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. As you see, we got my man Fred from Leave It to Me
What's
Sports
up?
segment.
What's up?
Fred,
What's up? What's up? Leave it to me
he
sports
already been,
segment.
I'm about to
What's
say, he's
up?
been on here enough times. He already know the deal is. My fault, Fred. Go ahead and get your plug in.
Oh nah, man. I'm just hyping everything up, bro. Like I said, I'm always excited to be on here, bro. My favorite person to come out here and debate with, talk sports with, chop it up with. So again, I'm happy to be back.
Oh, big fact. And we always have a good time. Now, Fred, we gonna expedite this one a little bit because we're gonna do a little combo, right? We got NFL, we got NBA because season come back on. You know what I mean? Something slight.
Wait. Whoa, bro, can we backtrack real quick? One time for the one time. Let's represent real quick though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yours a little fresh. Mine got Nike sign up there, bro.
Yours a little fresh.
I got the COVID version. I got the 2020 COVID. I got mine back when I was locked in the house. They mailed it to me.
Hey, support is support. Support is support. It don't even matter. But they are solid. The finals was popping. I got the video out for that one, so do check that out. We'll probably talk about it again, so stay tuned. But Fred, we back on the NFL and NBA saga, and more so the NFL. Now, last week I said the Dolphins, Eagles, Bills, Chiefs, and Bucks were my top 5. Now I think I got to revise that a little bit, right? Because the Dolphins, they lost Tua. I understand they got Teddy Bridgewater, but he was on my Panthers, and I'm not the biggest fan. He cool, better than Baker, but it's gonna be a little dicey for them Dolphins. So now I'm thinking it's gonna have to be the Eagles, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Bucks, and the Jags. Is that fair?
No, it's not fair at all.
I'm sorry, not Jags, Ravens. I forgot I had to.
It's still not fair. I wasn't even mad at the Jags. The Jags look pretty promising. What Philly did was great. The Bucks is my problem, but
what's wrong with the Bucks for you? Because I'm looking at the Bucks like they have a good defense, right? Like especially if you're looking at fantasy rankings, they top 4. Then if we're going at the quarterback, we got Tom. I understand you think he's falling down. I understand that, but he's still Tom Brady, the GOAT. And then you got a nice supporting cast that has actually not been playing with Tom. So I got to factor that all in and know that, he's going to bring the troops around at the end of the season. Like, I thought about Green Bay, but I'm like, Green Bay's a little shaky right now. Like, I still need that offense to come around. I know the Bucks are going to come around offensively. So that's why I kind of have them there. You're saying, though, that you don't even have them in your top 5, I guess so.
Okay. Yep. So I don't have them in my top 5. I have them in my top 10. I would say bottom half, somewhere probably bottom half of my top 10. All right. So one thing, my Packers just beat them, so we want to get that squared away. So last time I was speaking with you and a couple other guys, right? What did I tell you? This is Tom Brady's Jordan for the Wizards year. Okay.
Very disrespectful, by the way, but okay.
No.
By the way, Jordan was still good though.
He was averaging 20, and Vince Carter gave him his All-Star spot. He shouldn't have been All-Star, but Vince Carter, out of respect for the GOAT, gave him his All-Star spot. Mike was averaging 20. They couldn't make the playoffs. Brady, I'll say that for later. I don't know if Brady's team's gonna make the playoffs, but I'll say why for later. Anywho, I have the Bills. You gotta have the Bills up there, right? Because Philly's undefeated, you gotta have them up there. Mm-hmm. I have some things to say about Philly later when we talk about them as well, but I'm putting them up there. I have Baltimore because I think Lamar is a force multiplier, and even the game they just had, I mean, it could have went either way, right? They were up by 17. Mm-hmm. I have what I said so far: Philly, Bills, Baltimore. Okay, so 2 more. I have Green Bay. Mm-hmm. All right, you gotta have Green Bay up there, and then my 5th is all right. So my 5th is San Fran. All right, with Jimmy Garoppolo. San Fran. Okay,
that's fair. Garoppolo. That's fair.
Yeah. So those are my 5. It's fluid. Every week it may change, but that's my 5.
All right, that's fair. I don't mind the Niners. We'll talk about them later. I don't mind the Niners though. I think it's a fair list because I think we got the Bills, Eagles, Ravens,
Yeah.
the Niners and Packers you had in there. I have the Niners and Packers like kind of in the upper. Like my thing is this: the Niners. Well, I guess we'll save it with the Packers. Like I said, my trepidation is mainly just I need to see the offense gel. I know last season we had Aaron Rodgers saying just be patient, but I just want to see that team gel. So that's my only trepidation. But I can't be mad at those two changes, especially. I don't know. That's okay. So you said why the Bucs. What's your trepidation again with the Chiefs? Like the biggest trepidation, like the main reason.
Well, I have the Chiefs in there. The Bucs.
I got Philly. I got top. So your top five. You said Philly, Bills, Ravens, Packers, and 49ers.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So the Chiefs are they. I thought I had the Chiefs in there, but yeah, I will put the Chiefs in there. And on the outside looking in, I apologize. I would put the Ravens outside looking in. My apologies.
Okay.
So I have Ravens as my 6, but the Chiefs are in my top 5.
Okay.
My
so
apologies.
Was that in?
I'm happy you
now
said
was
that.
Now was that in? Did you give it in order or no random order?
No order. No order. It's fluid.
Okay.
No
I got you. Okay. I was about to say I know.
I'm happy you said that, man.
Hey.
I got to give the Chiefs their credit, bro, because I love what I saw the other day.
Okay. So then the main trepidation for the Ravens, just like the main reason why you got them on the outside looking in.
Yeah. Simply their defense, man. It's not the Ravens defense from the early 2000s, man. Even from the Joe Flacco days, right? Their defense used to be able to win games with them. There's twice. Well, actually, both games they lost. Yeah. They were up by 20 or more, or 17 or more, I should say, excuse me. And they blew those leads. I don't care what Lamar did in the second half of those games. If you have a 17-point lead, a Jim Harbaugh team, a Baltimore Ravens team, with the history they have for defense, you blow 2 17-point leads. Come on, man. So I can't put you up there because I can't trust that yet. And then just their injury history over the past 3 years is scary as well. But
I got you.
Yeah, Lamar's doing too much.
Okay, I got you then. All right, so I think our lists are fairly similar. The main difference was I believe in the Bucs and Tom Brady. You don't as much, so that's cool. That's fine.
And just one word: Leonard Fournette isn't dominating. So for me, that's glaring.
Okay. So you were expecting him to dominate more so. So is it? Let me ask you: is it more so on him, the O-line, or Tom Brady?
I don't know what it's. I'll be honest. I don't know what it's on. But usually when Tom didn't have an amazing game, because the defense been playing lights out, right? Except for last game against the Chiefs, which I still think they're the best defense in the league, even after that. But it used to be Leonard Fournette is going to carry the offense, even if Tom Brady has a bad game, right? Even Tom Brady and the Patriots, if he's having a bad game, he could at least control the words running back has a great game. Now, Tom Brady finally had a good game. He hasn't been playing great, and Leonard Fournette wasn't playing great. So now the running game isn't dominating, and Tom Brady isn't dominating games. So it's like, okay, what's working on offense right now? Arians isn't calling the plays anymore. You have a defensive-minded, you have Brian Leftwich and then Todd Bowles. But, yeah, so that's the most glaring part for me, bro, is that the running or passing game isn't working for them right now. So.
Okay, I got you then. Okay. And I'm glad you actually mentioned the Bucs defense, right? Because folks, we'll be doing a little transition right here. So, hope you enjoyed that segment. Now we're going to talk about fantasy football. Fred, I'm glad we're not in the same, league right now. So it don't look like I'm cheating or asking for assistance. I'm just curious, dog, because it's a little tough out here in these streets. Now, let me up this list, right? Okay. And let me do it like this.
I gotta bring out my monocles. Sound like what's my man name? Roy Hibbert. Wait, you ever seen him? I'm sorry.
Hold on. He said, I know Roy Hibbert. What did he do?
Talk about funny. We were talking about funny funny post-game interviews. Roy Hibbert with his monocle, bro, for the Indiana Pacers. 2013, I think it was. All right.
I'm gonna have to look that up. All right,
my bad. But
no,
all right,
you're good.
I'm over here squinting.
You're good. Let me see. Oh no, I zoomed in.
Okay.
Monocle. Hibbert.
Bookmark that, bro.
I'm gonna search it up. I got you.
This
All right,
is squad?
bro. Look, here's my squad, but here's the thing though. So this is the starters, right? Wow. So as you can see, we mentioned the Buccaneers defense, and they have been pretty solid. Number 4 to be exact right now. They were number 2 though. But last week against the Chiefs, it was a little dicey. Yeah. I like my team, but I liked it a lot better because when you look at this bench, I have Dak Prescott. That's where my issue. Like my man, you know what I'm saying? He right here. Like, it's tough, bro. But I had to do a little pickup. So Olave, he cool. Madison, yes. I'm hoping that Cook gets injured.
He may miss a game or two, bro. Smart.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, dog, like Lazar. Because if you remember, he's who carried me into the playoffs last year. You remember that? So
I remember.
And then you got Alan Lazar. He dicey.
That's my guy. I swear by Alan Lazar. That's my guy.
I'm cool with him because he should be able to give me a consistent 9 to 10. That's what I'm expecting for. And then Javonte Williams, it hurt me, bro, because he got injured, and I had to pick up. I think I'm trying to do Latavius Murray because he just got picked up. He got a good game.
I think he's gonna take that spot. Yeah, smart man.
Yeah, so I'm hoping.
He was just and not to cut you off. I'm sorry. So Latavius Murray he was just playing for a different team. Whoever he's playing for.
I forget which team. Let me see.
The Saints. I want to say.
Yeah. I think it was the Saints because then he was on the practice squad.
Okay, so he was just on the Saints in London, and he was playing good actually.
Mm-hmm. He had a real
smart
good game.
Pickup, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Let me ask you this though, because I know Dak Prescott is supposed to be coming back week 5. Like they're optimistic about that. So should I be optimistic in starting Dak Prescott, or should I try to roll the dice again with Marcus Mariota? Or Carson Wentz. And bro,
all right.
I just want to let you know I've lost every week essentially because they've got me under 10 points. It's very frustrating that my QB is not getting me 15 to 20. I have not had this happen. I have a lot of weapons.
All right. So we're gonna sit here. We're gonna cope together real quick because I'm gonna answer your question. So in my league, I have Carson Wentz and Tua. Okay.
Oh.
So week 1, I started Tua. He did okay. Carson Wentz went crazy on my bench, right?
27 points.
Yeah, in my league it was 30 something. Right. So amazing week, right? Week 2, Tua goes off, right? And I start Carson Wentz. So Carson Wentz plays good, but Tua goes off for 50 something in my league. Carson Wentz gets hurt.
That was tough.
The past 2 weeks, Tua got hurt. Left the game, he came back, and then he got hurt and didn't come back.
Yeah.
But my alternative was Wentz, who did not give me double digits in either game. I think, and I don't know if it's because he's my only option at quarterback at this point, but they played Tennessee this week. Tennessee has been very friendly to quarterbacks, to offenses. I think I would play Carson Wentz this week because for whatever it's worth, he's played Dallas's defense and Philly's defense, and both defenses are 2 of the best pass rushing defenses in the league, right? 2 of the better defenses in the league. So I'm going to take that and say maybe, just maybe, it was the defense that caused that to happen, and he's going to go back being himself. So, because Mariota plays like this. Well, who does he play?
He plays Tampa Bay. Bay.
So for
hopefully he does not do well against because I have the Buccaneers as my defense. So don't play him.
Yeah,
I need him.
I hate those conflicting.
You know what I mean? Now let me ask you this, because let's say Dak Prescott gets the nod to start and he goes up against the Rams week 5. But the team's been looking well because in another league that I'm in, I got CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee's been looking a little inconsistent, but he's had some solid games.
Last 2 weeks with Cooper Rush.
He's been solid. And then you throw in Zeke. All right, cool. Zeke running, Pollard, not so much. But you got at least a decent team on out there. If Dak does decide, if the Cowboys say, hey, he's good, should I consider to put Dak Prescott ahead of Carson Wentz? You would not? Okay.
No. Okay. It's a thumb, right?
It's a thumb.
Yeah, so it's a thumb.
I won't say thorn.
And the offense looks better with Cooper Rush than it did with Dak. Granted, Dak played against the Buccaneers defense, and then. But yeah, I would wait a week to see how his rhythm is and conditioning and all of that.
Okay.
And I would trust Carson Wentz to be successful this week versus Tennessee's defense.
Okay. Yeah. I got you. Okay. I was just curious about that.
I would also start Lazard, but that's, I'm just, yeah.
So Lazard over who though? Because right now I'm thinking about moving McKissick. Once I get Murray, hopefully I can get Murray. Do I still have Murray? Where's the acquisitions? Let me see. Pending moves. Boom. Let me see. Yep. So hopefully I get Murray, and I'm not gonna post this until I get Murray. Okay. So we got that. Just in case anybody ever try. Like, all right. These are disgusting, right? I hate these, bro. Like,
yeah. Nah, I completely get that. But yeah, I would definitely start Wentz over Dak, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so Wentz over Dak, and then you said Murray. Not Murray.
Well, you have Metcalf
Lazard
and
over. Yeah, Metcalf and Lockett. And here's the thing: Andrews and Hockenson are tough.
Bro, versus New England though, both won't go off. I would probably keep Metcalf and take Lockett out. I think Belichick's defense is too disciplined to let Lockett beat them time and time again over the top. As good as the New York Giants defense has been, Aaron Rodgers shown that he likes Allen Lazard a lot. I have Allen Lazard as well. Since he came back, he had a touchdown.
He's been pretty good.
Touchdown, and he's getting more targets and catches every single game. I would play him in place of Tyler Lockett this game. Now, granted, this is documented, so if Tyler Lockett come on and have a 5-catch, 200-yard game.
That's what I'm saying. Because let me ask you this, right? I think Metcalf
Lockett in this situation. Yes, sir.
So I think Metcalf is the better talent, right?
Yeah.
But I think Lockett hits that middle a little bit more. And I know when you hit that middle, you can catch a lot of footballs there. So,
but
does Metcalf who gets the ball more for you, Metcalf or
Metcalf?
Like, who's Geno's favorite? Do you think
Metcalf is dangerous on all three levels, right? So he'll catch a quick pass, he'll catch something an intermediate pass, and he can beat you deep. And once he gets the ball in his hand, he's tough to bring down. His straight ahead speed is ridiculous. Now, talk about air yardage. Tyler Lockett is a deep threat for sure. Again, I just think this specific game, because Geno's been killing.
He's been cool.
Yeah, this specific game, I don't think you're going to see the Patriots defense, the Bill Belichick's defense, get beat over the top as consistently, as you would expect a team that has this type of air raid offense right now, right? So they can probably look for Lockett, but I don't think Lockett's going to be open often down the field. Okay. Now, Metcalf is the dangerous one, bro. And he looks like he's becoming more and more comfortable with Geno. So, I would definitely keep Metcalf instead of Lockett.
Okay. So, because I thought about, I agreed with you. I didn't think both could go off, although both did go off last week. Like, they have
everybody.
Game. Yeah, it was a solid one. But I do like to have a little disparity. Unless it's a quarterback and a wide receiver, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with that. I want McKissick. He can catch the ball. That's the crazy part. I just don't have faith in him like that. But watch me not like. I think last week I didn't play him or something like that. He had 21 game. I was very, very distraught. No.
He gets those touchdown passes.
Yeah, and you always got to appreciate those.
Well, here's the other thing about that too, man. The last two teams they played, bro, are again, you're talking to the Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, bro. They dominate on the line, right? They dominate their matchups on the line. They dominate. So that causes Carson Wentz to have to get the ball out quick. Those quick swing passes and quick duck downs. I don't know if they'll have to get the ball out as quick this week versus Tennessee. Okay. And if that's the case, then I have Antonio Gibson. I'm not even playing him this week because of Rashard Penny, but Antonio Gibson is probably going to get more rushing attempts this week. Okay. Wait, who's your other running back, real quick?
Austin Eckler, J.D. McKissick.
Okay.
And then
Austin Eckler is fire.
Alexander Madison.
I
had Javonte, and then I picked up Latavius Murray. Hopefully. So
yeah, well,
I'm gonna have to bank on. I got to bank on Murray going off and beating out Melvin Gordon, who's been fumble happy, and then whoever the other guy is, I forget who it was, but it was tough with Javonte Williams being out. I just need the QB to do what they do.
You may actually have to just go with J.D. McKissick because he's going to play and get 4 or 5 passing attempts, about 3 or 4 rushing attempts at least too. So maybe
like with Murray, it would be more of a gamble. But that because again,
he can go off for a good 60 yards and 2 touchdowns at the goal line.
Exactly. So that's always tough. That's always tough. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Again, this weekend with you, man. See how everything turned out for you.
Definitely. Now on people, again, if y'all didn't notice, we about to transition. So I hope y'all enjoyed that segment. Now, on to the new segment. We got the Eagles versus the Jaguars. Now, Fred,
let's talk about it.
For the record,
let's talk about it.
I stated the Jaguars were a fringe top 5 team. They were my number 6.
Yeah.
And they look like, whoa, they might be creeping top 3 because they go up 14-0. I'm like, this is getting wild. Like, remember when I was saying Trevor Lawrence for MVP? Yeah. I might be looking nice. And then the Eagles said, Trey, we heard you. Let's beat that ass. And they did.
Yeah. That's what they said.
I'm serious, bro. It was a mean turnaround. Like, me and Chris were watching it, and I'm like, what happened? Like, they were just down.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you this. What was your biggest takeaway from this game?
The Eagles have a Super Bowl caliber, defense.
Okay.
And it's shown from week 1 to now. So
I was about to say, was that a surprise to you? Because I think we've already talked about them as one of the better defenses. I think when we think of defense, we got Tampa Bay, we got the Eagles, we got the Cowboys, right? Like, everyone's raving about them. So, I mean, those are the top 3. I'm thinking, and then San Fran, you got to throw in there now. So we got those are the top 4 right now that I got to look at. Yeah. So for me, I always thought they had the best Super Bowl winning defense. What I looked at is they're ready. They bounced back against a Jaguars team, which again we just stated last week. I bet again. I lost $50 against the Jaguars just cause I knew I was confident they were gonna lose, and I lost it. And I can't do that again because they're that talented now. And then I said they're number 6 on my team, on my top 5. They were number 6. They were inching up there. I wanted to put them in there as a tie for 5th.
Yeah.
I couldn't. So it's they did that caliber team.
Uh-huh.
That I had question marks on the Eagles. I don't anymore. That's my biggest take. I don't have any question marks on the Eagles. As long as they're healthy.
On their defense or on the team, you're saying?
Team. Because the defense does. Okay. Hold on. Here's why I say that. The defense can score. It's not their job.
Yeah.
So when you go down 14-0, you have to score. Your defense has to get stops, but you still have to do your job as well. And the Eagles showed in an ugly scenario, in ugly weather. I'm looking at the game I'm glad I don't play football. It's raining, it's muddy, and maybe that's their terrain. I don't know.
Yeah.
Jacksonville, like Florida, so I'm sure it rained in Jacksonville too. I'm sure they're not. I'm sure they're used to rain, but they did that in that type of terrain. I like this Eagles squad. They look like a quality team. I don't think they're going to peak too early. I don't think that's what this is, because again, what I said last week, that defense is going to help carry them. So if Jalen Hurts struggles, it should help carry them. But it is early. There is a lot of football left. Injuries do happen. People do fall off. So I mean, we will see. But that was my personal biggest takeaway. Now you were salivating at this one over text, people. That's how I knew it was real.
Yeah, because there's a lot here.
What you got to say, Fred?
There's a lot here, okay, on both sides. So I'm going to start it. I'm going to preface this by saying this. This Eagle team, you may appreciate this. In fact, I think you will. Reminds me of the 15-1 Carolina Panthers team.
I said that.
Right?
I said that, yep.
The defense, how dominant that defense is, specifically that defensive line, right? You weren't going to get much through the air either with those guys, right? But then they're gonna force some turnovers. They're gonna sack the quarterback. They're gonna disrupt things. They're gonna knock timing off, right? You're not gonna be able to just run all over them. Then they have the quarterback who is a dual threat quarterback, right? Who has the leadership, the charisma, who isn't afraid to stand in the pocket and attempt the dangerous throw, right? Who has that tight end who can make a big play, who has the running back who can make a play or two out of the backfield, whether if it's a catch or have a nice run game, which we saw Miles Sanders do last week. Mm-hmm. They're in the right place at the right time because the NFC is quite in shambles right now, right? You saw the Rams. They don't look the part. I think Jimmy G can take San Fran to the Super Bowl again this year. And I mean,
they look nice. They look good.
The Packers, as depleted as their receiving core seems, or young as they seem, has a chance to make it this year because of what's not there in the NFC. The Eagles, the only thing that gives me belief that they can make it is that NFC is in shambles. Now, I'm saying all that to say this. Jalen Hurts is going to have to figure it out now, okay?
Figure what out, though?
Everybody said, MVP. I'm going to tell you. Everybody said MVP. I don't see an MVP. What I see, same thing I see versus Carson Wentz, the defense had 9 sacks. How often somebody gets sacked 9 times? Versus this team, right? Granted, Trevor Lawrence last year, second year, wasn't the most. He was quite turnover prone, right? He wasn't 300 yards per game guy yet. He's figuring it out still. They started off good. Their defense also got a touchdown for them, a pick 6 off of Jalen Hurts. They had Jalen Hurts figured out. The change came when the defense 4 forced fumbles on Trevor Lawrence. One or two interceptions. Yeah, the defense gave him short field to deal with. Anybody with short field should be able to score. And not only was it that short field, it was Miles Sanders with 100+ yards, right? Miles Sanders had the game of his life. Miles Sanders looked like Marshall Faulk out there, right? So I'm saying all that to say this. The defense so far has been lights out. I don't know if they can maintain this level of play. This is legendary, historic level of play that they're
achieving. You talking about from the defensive standpoint or overall?
Well, defensively. But also at the same time. So this is important as well. They played Detroit. They played Minnesota. They played the Washington Commanders. They played.
He said dead, people. Just clarification. He said dead.
Yeah. Dead. I did say Washington Redskins. The Washington Commanders. They shouldn't be called Commanders. And then I like the name, but I don't think they deserve it. And then they played the Jags, who I think the Jags it's a good team, but Trevor Lawrence is still, he's not 300 yards per game, 2 touchdowns, 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio yet. I think he'll eventually get there, but he's not there yet. He's still liable to make mistakes. That defense kind of showed him that he still has a way to go.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, because you brought up the Eagles and who they played, right?
Right.
So really quickly, so we got here, they played Detroit, Minnesota, all right, for Washington, Jacksonville, got you. So now they got Arizona, Dallas, they got a bye week, they got Pittsburgh, Houston, Washington, they got the Colts, you got Green Bay, Tennessee, the Giants, you got, at what point in time do they where is it where you say, okay, Jalen Hurts is the MVP now? How many games does he have to win? Because realistically, the Cardinals, I don't think you have a lot of faith in them because you're not a big fan of Kyler Murray. Dallas is cool, but like their defense is stout. They can lose though, but it's also like divisional games are cool. You got a bye week, like I said. You got Pittsburgh, who's not really Pittsburgh like we know them. Houston is come on, let's stop it. Then you got the Commanders again. You got the Colts. You know what I'm saying? Like at what no, I'm not even trying to be funny, but like I'm not gonna waste time on them. Like bro, like at what point in time are we gonna say okay for you? At what point in time would you say all right, Jalen Hurts is an MVP now? Because these teams, you can make an argument that they're not that good. So the argument that you have now can linger until we get all right, Green Bay, but then you face Tennessee, then you go to the Giants, but it's really with Saquon. Then you got the Bears. Come on, bro.
But exactly what you're saying. Yeah. So I told you, they remind me of the 15-1 Carolina Panthers because of style of play, but also because of the schedule. They can absolutely go 15-1, right? So if they go 15-1, if they go 15-1, he has they have no choice but to give him the MVP. They have no choice but to. Now, there's been people who have won MVPs in sports who may or may not have deserved it, but if he goes 15-1, he has to get it because they're not going to give it to somebody on their defensive line. You give it to the quarterback. It's a quarterback's award. So he's going to win it just off of being a quarterback on a 15-1 team, right?
So if he wins, like, what's the threshold for you then? So you're saying, I mean, I guess we got to do 16-1 for the 17 weeks. So if we're doing, that always throws me off. I ain't gonna.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah. So if we got 17-1, then which I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of wild. So if we say, 16-1. So if we say 13, if we say 13-4, is that MVP worthy?
Well, yeah, because 13-4 may be the second best record in the league, maybe the first best record in the league.
So then, so if he goes anywhere under 11 games, 12 games, 10 games,
like if he wins 11 games, he's not winning MVP.
Okay, so he's got to win 12
at all
for you.
Because he won't have the passing numbers. And I brought this up to you last week. If he has 1,100 rushing yards and 2,800 passing yards, that's not appealing to the eye for the voters. The voters are old school, traditional, archaic guys. They're going to go for the guy who has 4,500 yards, went 10-7, right? Because I'm not saying it's fair, but it's just what they do. But yeah.
But would you personally look at him like forget the voters, because again we're on record with saying they put LeBron James and Kevin Durant outside the top 5.
No, I wouldn't vote him MVP at all.
Analysts. Okay, so you would.
I would no, because they're winning and making it like 10 times easier. So I don't think he's winning them games. I think the defense is winning all their games.
Okay, so
because they're not scoring in the second half of these games.
Okay.
With the exception of the last game, yeah.
I was about to say, they were getting a little salty last game. But okay,
they were giving them short fields to deal with as well. You know what I'm saying? Like that's four fumbles on one player, bro. That was crazy.
That was a really good. Like I gotta they did their thing. Like that defense was.
Bro, how you force 4 fumbles on one player?
I don't know. Like that. They had them to that. I think the man went at somebody's wife or something on the defensive end. I think that's what happened, bro. Like it was personal. They got very vicious. But that was one ass whooping that we saw. I don't want to call that one an ass whooping.
They'll lose in the AFC if they make it to the Super Bowl. They can't beat the AFC teams. Just like Cam couldn't beat old Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl 51.
No. Don't say that. He couldn't beat Von Miller and them boys like that.
DJ Anderson.
That was different. He could beat Peyton Manning.
Hey.
Coming off surgery, he could beat Peyton Manning. But that is when we're gonna transition onto the new segment. So I hope y'all enjoyed that one. But we're gonna go to the next one. Now, for this next one, we talked about one ass whooping, but I don't want to necessarily call it an ass whooping after what happened with the Rams versus the Chiefs. Now, wait. Butchered that one. Hold on. Give me a second, people. I'm sorry.
You see me, right? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. Hold on. I was like, wait a second. That didn't really hit really well.
It was a good game when it happened about 4 years ago.
Yeah. There we go. See? Back on track here. Rams versus 49ers. How I messed up is how the Rams messed up. See what I did there? You always got to make some But look, let me ask you this, yo. What was your biggest takeaway from this game? Because like it's a lot to take away. But what's the biggest?
Oh, no, it's not a lot to take away. It's plain and simple. The 49ers are Super Bowl contenders with Jimmy G in the lineup. That's what I told you guys, or maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was someone else. I don't know. But I stand by Jimmy G. The fact that they're 66% versus 20 or 30% without him tells you everything. He got into an NFC Championship, or two of them, and the Super Bowl. Jimmy G is the real deal. It doesn't come in the form of, I love Draymond Green, right? It doesn't come in the form of these gaudy stats. It comes in the form of leadership and just understanding of personnel, right? And just control of the pocket. So, and that defense is elite and the coaching is elite. So, San Fran is a Super Bowl contender is what I took from it, ultimately.
Okay. Like I said, I knew the defense was elite. Like the defense, I feel like is going to be solid for at least the next two seasons. I think that's respectable to state. For me, it was more so the Rams. Like, I don't know if they're too complacent right now. If they're still on that Super Bowl thing, they're just coasting.
Yeah.
But like I'm looking a little shaky. Like we knew when they got all the pieces, they gave up a lot. So they got to play, they got to dominate. And right now, I'm not really seeing that. Like Coop's cool.
Too cool, probably. They keep
like who else was on the offense though? Like I don't know. So they need to shape up, or else they might go from champion to now you're lower than the Lions, which Stafford.
Lions look that old.
You know what I'm saying? Them commercials you just had, like, hey, it's really a better scenario now. I'm just saying, like, you don't want to have that scenario because now, he needs a souped up team in order to win. Anybody could have won with that team. Like, it was a really talented team. So are you really that guy?
But could they have won with them, though, Trey? I don't know because they got there before, but they needed that guy who has that. It took Stafford to Cooper Kupp to beat Tom Brady. From that one play, you need a guy that can make them. And Stafford has, if he is a number one, he's number two with the most fourth quarter comebacks, fourth quarter comebacks since he's entered the league. Granted, he's always down, obviously, but
and I gotta say too, you also have Megatron in that factor as well. So I mean, that is something to consider. That even if Megatron ain't catching the damn ball, the gravity that he's displaying is gonna make someone else open also. So I mean, I hear that too. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like he's just it's not like he's Tom Brady just making other people better. It's not like he's Aaron Rodgers making other people better. Like he's the caliber quarterback to me where if he has a good team, you're fine. You don't have a good team.
But the Lions is a trash organization. Barry Sanders couldn't make them playoff contenders. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a history of being trash. They're not the Pistons.
That's fair. That's fair. And I'm not. And I don't want to try to get too down on Stafford. Yeah. I'm just saying you don't want to go from championship to around what the Lions are. Because now you have this talent, but you're doing what the Lions did.
I'm out on
with the quarterback who they trade for. So you said what?
I'm out on the Rams for a few reasons.
You're out on the Rams. Okay. Well, I mean,
for a few reasons.
They just won. So I didn't want to be too out on them. Like again, I like to think the chance have some pride. Right. Get the wild card at minimum, but that was my biggest takeaway. I do respect the 49ers take, though. I do remember you saying Jimmy G can get you to the Super Bowl. It's just winning that Super Bowl.
Right.
It's the problem. So, I don't know. Like, I like Jimmy. I personally wish I think if Jimmy was on the Panthers right now, we would look tremendously better.
Y'all be fired, bro. Y'all have the pieces. Y'all just don't have the quarterback.
Exactly.
Y'all have the defense. Y'all defense is better than people give y'all credit for. Y'all got the run game, obviously. Y'all have the receiving core. Like, oh my goodness, y'all be something to watch, man. But y'all got Darnold, who through 3 games last year, Darnold was the MVP candidate.
That's what I'm saying. I call him the white Michael Vick. I'm telling y'all.
Michael Vick. The Michael Vick.
But he's on IR right now, though. And then Matt Corral, he's injured as well. We got PJ Walker, I think, the XFL MVP
Yeah, he didn't look too great
from last year. That's what I'm saying. So we got to roll with Baker. It's crazy. So 49ers, they're very lucky. Like I think Ant was saying, they're lucky that Jimmy G is a professional because this man really just let Trey Lance get the job. Didn't cause a scene.
Always
and
had
then
the
Trey Lance
confidence.
gets injured. And he's a class act. So, I mean, he's a true professional. He's getting the job done. So, I'm low-key rooting for the 49ers.
Damn, I think they'll win that division,
Jimmy
bro.
G. Like, they could. They very well could. They have
the Rams got too much going on internally, bro. Stafford's shoulder, I think he had surgery on his elbow or shoulder. And then Donald was going to retire. Like, you know how that goes. Even with basketball, when you're thinking about retiring, you're checked out, right? That's why I think Brady's playing bad too, honestly.
That could be the case. But I think we kind of talked this one enough. I appreciate this segment. People, y'all didn't realize we're gonna transition on into the next segment. So hope y'all enjoyed. I'm trying to give y'all heads up. I realize usually we just transition on. Maybe I do a slight transition, but give y'all enough time. Now the next topic, I'm we still gonna talk NFL, and I know the basketball heads is like, yo, we really just listened to 40 minutes of y'all talking about some football. Like, are we gonna talk about basketball at any point in time? Well, folks, we're here because we got the NFL and NBA player comparison. And what this is, well, you know what? The NBA season is commencing very soon. October 18th, if I'm not mistaken. And then we got the NFL season, which took place September 11th. So there's going to be some overlap. That's a nice little sweet spot.
Best time of year, bro. Best time of year.
Exactly. And it's cool, too, because WNBA just ended as well. So I get to rewatch
baseball playoffs.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cool, baseball's here as well. Hockey is relevant somewhere, I'm assuming. But I just want to get golf adamant, and it's getting some drama too. And then don't sleep on wrestling. It's a nice time for sports fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So why not get it popping with a comparison? Like, for example, Fred, I'm gonna just give you my top 5 players, right? And this is from the NFL players that I'm comparing to. But I got for Brady, right? We talked about Brady last. Mm-hmm. So I got Steph and Braun for Tom Brady. And the reason why I say that, I go the longevity. I can't do that for Steph, but I can do that with Braun. Mm-hmm. And then from a likeness standpoint, I think everybody likes Steph. Like, he's pretty likable. Mm-hmm. Even during that villain point, you still like Steph. Oh, Steph, the babyface assassin. Like, cool, got you. So I think, and it's also, his record. Like, I know you don't like the finals record and stuff like that, but I'm throwing that in as to why I say those two combined, Steph and Braun, are Tom Brady. What's your assessment on that? Do you like it, dislike it? Would you add some people? Would you take Steph or Braun out? Like, what's your take on that?
All right, cool. Yeah, so I think Braun is definitely Brady, just because you talk about Brady coming in roughly 3 or 4 years, give or take, right? Them being in the same era, right? 20 years of just playing their sport at a high level, mastery, being able to win in multiple places, being able to win multiple coaches, Super Bowls, being able to get all types of players paid, being able to do more with less better than anyone else. You look at Brady, just last year, the players said he was the best player in the league still, which is crazy, right? 40-something years old. Braun, you have a lot of players who look at him like that. So just being able to perform at a high level, the way they take care of their body, the avocado ice cream shit, I've been waiting to try that, actually. Braun's $2 million he invested into his body. Just staying out of trouble off the field, all the way around, man, just dominating. Multiple rings, of course. I think Brady's been to the Super Bowl 9 times. LeBron's been 10. There's so many similarities there, right? And then Steph, I think, is Patrick Mahomes for these 2 reasons.
Interesting.
The baby face assassins. One, they rep your melanin, right? The baby face assassins. But then they both change the game, right? They make the game so exciting. They both are a part of these super exciting offenses with these coaches that allow them to pretty much do things that you would typically get benched for if you think about it. Steph pulling up for a 40-footer is not normal. Patrick Mahomes is doing no-look passes at clutch moments. He just did, I don't know if you've seen the other day, the jump shot pass he did in the game. You know what I'm saying? They do unconventional things that will get you benched, but because they practice this stuff and they're so good.
I'm about to say he's good at it. As long as
and they're both responsible for the most exciting offenses in their respective sports. So I call Patrick Mahomes Steph Curry for that reason, and LeBron Brady.
Here's the only reason why I differ.
Okay.
And it's going to be a little awkward too, because I'm also thinking about nowadays, right? Because it gets a little tricky. But I also put Steph there because of the situation. Brady's been in wonderful situations. I can't say that for Braun, although he was in one situation and chose to leave. Another story for another day. Right. But Steph's been in a wonderful scenario. So I got to factor that in. Again, the likeness factor. Like, I hear you on the Steph Mahomes comparison. Only thing is, when I look at Steph, I think unique. When I think Mahomes, hear me out. Good talent. Unique, yes. But are we sleeping on Aaron Rodgers right now?
Because I got somebody else for Aaron Rodgers, though. I have somebody else.
No. But what I'm saying is, when I think Steph first, when I think Patrick Mahomes, slightly better version than Aaron Rodgers. So like that I personally think the throws that Patrick Mahomes makes is like Aaron Rodgers to me. I think Aaron Rodgers can make the same type of throws. I actually, and again, it's not from a, and it was weird doing this because I thought of a lot of people who I could make this, but I put Jason Tatum as Patrick Mahomes. I had to because here's why again. What? You got that likeness factor, and I thought of somebody else. I thought of Luka. I did.
As Pat?
I did think of Luka. As Pat.
Okay.
But and maybe this is wild.
I have someone else, but okay.
I had to put Luka as Josh Allen. Big, you know what I'm saying? Big guys, they can do a lot, right?
Okay.
I got Ja as Lamar Jackson.
I have someone else as Lamar. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And then, but like with Tatum and Mahomes though, like you mentioned the pigment part. All right, cool. Like that did help me out a little bit too. But the likeness factor, the expectations. I know Mahomes he was in a great scenario. So was Tatum. Like I know the success might lean towards Mahomes. But I think Tatum can also reach there. Plus, he has been relatively successful as well. It just so happened he went up against Steph. I understand Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? I understand Mahomes wants to get Brady. Like that's how I'm looking at it. But I do understand why you say Steph. I understand why you say Steph and Mahomes.
Yeah. And that's the cool part too, is that it's all our own. That's the fun part about hearing it. It's our own personal perspective on it. So yeah, I have a different Lamar for you and an Aaron Rodgers for you. So this is going to be interesting. So for Aaron Rodgers, I'll run this. I have Kevin Durant. Okay.
I'm glad you said that because that's who I have as well.
Arguably one of the most skilled, or the most skilled ever, right? Arguably, right? Super talented, wins tons of games, right? Has the championship, has the accolades, but personality-wise, it's tough to deal with, right? Very tough to deal with. We question the leadership, right? The open leadership in communication with teammates. Aaron Rodgers is my favorite player, so in fact, it's my favorite team. So I've been very transparent here.
It's the teammate piece, and I'm like, I get where you're going with it though. It's just tough to say.
Aaron Rodgers is an asshole to his team.
Oh no, I'm talking about KD.
KD is not an asshole, but he's naturally not a leader, right? And for whatever it's worth, that's what Aaron Rodgers get knocked at. At times, his leadership can be much better, right? When something goes wrong, he probably goes to the leader. What's that?
Leaders. I don't think. I think they are leaders. It's leaders through their play, though. Like there's some people who lead through their play.
But I think that's more Aaron Rodgers than even Kevin Durant. I mean, we just watched Kevin Durant.
That was tough. I don't want to.
Yeah, but Mark, we got basketball.
Yeah.
But it's just their talent. It's undeniable, super talented. You can argue we can argue Kevin Durant's the best offensive force we've ever seen. We can argue that Aaron Rodgers is the best offensive weapon we've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. And then just for Lamar, I have Giannis instead of Ja. I have Giannis. from a personality standpoint, approach, you think about Lamar, I don't want to talk about my contract. I don't care about MVP. I just want to win. I want a Super Bowl. Nothing matters until I win a Super Bowl. That was Giannis prior to winning his championship. I want to win an MVP. I want to win this. I want to win that. The humbleness, the effort, the work. People knock your game for not being traditional style play, but you're still super. You're unstoppable. You're a force multiplier. You win all of your games in the regular season. Lamar wins 75% of the regular season. Giannis wins like 70% of the regular season. It's very similar, and you can dominate a game in a way that nobody wants you to. They want you to dominate with 400 yards, but Lamar dominates it the way Lamar dominates it. Giannis dominates the way Giannis dominates. And they don't get too big-headed. They just work, and they get to the next game and win again. Lamar is not the same. Giannis is
here's the only reason why I say this. Follow me. Just follow me, right? I said Ja Morant was Lamar Jackson. Mm-hmm. Because I say D Rose could be Michael Vick. Now, when I look at Giannis, I look at the man as Von Miller.
What?
Like, is that because here's the thing with Von Miller, the man always attacks. He always gets to the like he's a freak of nature. You can even say Aaron Donald if you want to. Like they're determined. They're the strongest person in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Like they always demand a double team because for Lamar, when I think Lamar, I think speed. When I think Giannis, I think like athleticism, length, like. And I know Aaron Donald and Von Miller aren't lengthy and stuff like that, but it's gonna be hard to find someone lengthy.
But no, that Aaron Donald is spot on. I just wasn't thinking from the defensive side of the ball, but absolutely.
Yeah, and because that's why I was like, yo, offensively, I can't think of anybody who meets that comparison. Like Mike Evans, no. I'm just trying to match height. Like I can't think I like to go jaw with Lamar, and maybe that's just because of the height disparity, like the height matchup. But it is interesting though that I do like that answer that you gave though. Like that is interesting. That is interesting. I will give you that one. I just know the Aaron Donald, like the Von Miller, they're like dominant freak of nature.
That Aaron Donald thing, bro, is spot on, bro. Like when I say if I would have thought defense, that's the one right there. If you compare Giannis to anybody defense, it's Aaron Donald for sure. Just the workhorse, like I said, discipline, requires so much attention, can wreck and control any game from either side. Like so I respect that.
Okay. Yeah, this now I know this one, and I think you'll appreciate this one a lot.
Okay.
Because you don't like both of these guys.
Oh,
Trae Young equals Kyler Murray. Like
no, that's spot on. No, that is yo, listen, that's
I don't know if that's a hot take. I feel like someone else has said it, but hey, we're here now.
No, that's spot on. That is spot on. That is the best comparison ever. Wow, good for you, man.
Now and just follow me with this one too. Because it's gonna get a little dicey early on, but hopefully it comes back around. And just don't think of the man in the NBA nowadays. Just think about the team he played for before he got here. But we talked about Carson Wentz, right? Carson Wentz was a former MVP. That he goes to a different situation. All right, cool. Now he's trying to figure some stuff out. Is that DeMar DeRozan? Because again, DeMar looked like he could. No. Because again, DeMar was playing real well, had talent, lost that confidence, and then looked like a shell of himself. Now that's why I said forget the Bulls team. Only focus on the Spurs.
He wasn't a shell of himself though, man. He had to play with this.
Wait. I need you to go listen to the interview he had
with JJ Redick.
Yeah,
it was just JJ Redick. Old man in the three, yep.
And he said that he lost the confidence. He wasn't that same player no more.
Trey.
That
still
looks
an
like
all-star
Carson
there.
Wentz, though.
He was still 26.
He wasn't an all-star every year.
He became a better facilitator through that. So I think he actually learned some stuff there. I just don't think he was the scoring, the dominant scorer he was, putting up 27 a game in Toronto that he was. But, bro, he became a 6 assists per game guy. He started taking more threes. Like, bro, Bro, Carson Wentz, bro.
I mean, from a
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. Listen, Carson Wentz has had injuries, and when I look at DeMar, I see. I'm sorry. And when I look at Carson, I see someone who's lost the confidence. And when I see Carson start again, people were talking about Carson Wentz as a top 5 QB.
Philly,
that was not that long ago.
Philly.
So now we're talking about DeMar DeRozan. I once said DeMar DeRozan, and I still feel this way. DeMar DeRozan had Kobe-like qualities in terms of like a physical standpoint, right? Didn't have the heart. That's it. So I looked at someone. He was high for me. He might not have been an MVP caliber player, but he might not have been an MVP. Might not have been on the list.
Carson
Wentz. He was an MVP talent, and then lost that confidence. But I mean, it sounds like though that's a tough one to sell. So it's cool. It's fine.
I'm like, damn. I want to think of somebody else. Because mind you, again, we both got Carson Wentz, so we both support Carson Wentz to some extent, right? We're technically financially.
And that's why I said don't think of the Bulls, because then we can't talk about.
Yeah, but I see. So for me, Toronto, excuse me. Huh? Oh.
No, I'm speaking of the Bulls. Zion, I saw Zion to my left, and I'm like, oh, this man is real clear right now. And then he look on the lookout for the Pelicans.
Yeah, but no, man, San Antonio DeMar to me wasn't Toronto DeMar, but he was still, like, I feel like just watching him, he became a better facility. He started to understand offense in its totality a little more. Granted, he had Kyle Lowry in Toronto, but man, 6 assists per game. He putting up 21, 6, and 6. Like, that's legit, you know? Like, that's all. But, yeah, bro, I just hate the Carson Wentz comparison, bro. That hurt me.
I mean, I tried to go from the start to the lost confidence. But, okay, I hear that. We'll try to find someone for Carson and try to find someone for DeMar.
If Carson Wentz played better last week, I probably wouldn't feel his way. But he's killing me right now. Oh, man, yeah.
Carson, play better so that way we can compare you to DeMar. Please, do something. Help us, help you. Help us, help you. Please. Like, stop having us wince at you all the time. See what I did there?
Please help us, brother. Please.
Yeah. Wincing at his play. But that was all I had for that one. You know, that was the next subject. I mean, that was the last part of that segment. So we can transition. We can do some would you rathers, if you will.
Go.
Okay, bet. Cool. Well, you know, we're here now at the Would You Rathers. For those of y'all who don't know, we're just going to simply talk about some teams. You know, I'm going to ask them real quick, you know, like who he thinks is going to do what. We're going to see what happens. So, real quick, and, you know, we doing this real quick. I'll got to type this in there. But, Fred, and as soon as this can say, oh, stop playing with me. This is wild. Okay, see. This is what happens when having technical difficulties. Not gonna say it, that's crazy. I'm gonna try this one more time.
Well, why?
That's crazy.
Well, that's right, okay. Well, I was gonna say, why you doing that? I can easily give you a crazy hot take.
What's up?
Why you doing that? So I'm just gonna throw this out there, all right?
Okay.
Cleveland Browns, if they're at 500 or right above 500 by the time that my boy Deshaun Watson, let me not say my boy right now, by the time Deshaun Watson, not my boy, gets back, they will be Super Bowl contenders. Okay?
I mean, so we did say last episode, for the record, I did say it's going to be crazy if he goes from suspension to Super Bowl. So that is out there. That is floating out there. But I didn't say that's my Super Bowl prediction. So are you saying if they get to, you said they're at 500?
One of the three best teams in the AFC.
Okay.
Yep. If they get up to the playoffs, they're dangerous.
Okay. All right. Cool. So that's out there. Now we got here for the Would You Rathers again, people. We're gonna say the team or two teams they're gonna play. Who you got, right? So I thought it was fair we finally bring my damn team up.
Okay.
Against the Bucs, though. And again, people, this is the top 5 teams for me. So you already know how I might be leaning. Panthers going to beat that ass. But Baker's not going to play somehow, some way. We got to get a new QB. I don't know how it's going to happen, but we got some time. Darnold's on IR right now. Like, he's hurt.
I thought he was coming back. No, he's not back yet.
Stop lying. Stop lying. Don't do that.
No, I thought he was.
Don't do that.
I thought he was.
Don't do that.
Okay. So never mind.
Don't get me. Not close. Yeah, I'm about to say I could have not close. It reads Carolina Panthers QB Sam Darnold returned from IR.
Yo, you just bopped the hell out of me. Not close.
So with that being said, we got Baker. Are the Buccaneers going to bake the Panthers? Like, is that what's going to happen? They're going to cook us? Like, is that what we're going to do? Is that what?
Well,
are we good? Are the Panthers
y'all have a good defense.
Yeah, but
y'all
it didn't help us against the Cardinals.
All right, but so y'all have a good defense, and Tampa can barely score. So the score would be like 20. I would say 24 to 10. Tampa will beat y'all.
24 to 10. Okay.
Yeah. They'll get a defensive touchdown, a field goal, a rushing touchdown, and a passing touchdown.
That's crazy. Okay.
And Chris McCaffrey gonna score for y'all because he's nice like that.
I mean, he ain't really been scoring like that, but that's another story for another day.
That's true.
I'm gonna roll with my Panthers, and here's why I say that.
Oh, okay.
One, because it's my Panthers. I'm biased, off the cuff. Just I'm gonna be real about it. Two, I think Baker's gonna turn it around. I think we are gonna get a little more acclimated, right? Like, this is his first season, so I mean, I got to be a little patient with the boy, optimistic, if you will. Then you also got the fact, like you said, CMC, he is a bad boy. You also got Chuba Hubbard out there. Not to mention, DJ Moore is no one to scoff at. So we do have
this year, yes.
So we have some.
When you got Baker as your quarterback.
Yeah, it's a little tough though. So I need Baker to step up. I think he will step up just enough to where the defense is going to hold out for us. And we get.
What is he going to turn around though? You say he's going to turn it around. What is he turning around? What is he going to turn around?
Passing. Like, I'm.
You going to turn the game around?
No. I just need him to get me, like, just get me respectable backup numbers. Like, that's all I ask for. Like that's all I backup QB numbers. Yeah, like, please. Like, right now, I would rather take Trey Lance currently constructed. I'm just saying. I don't know how disrespectful that is. I do know it's a lot. But okay, so Panthers for me, again, biased fan, but I go with my guy. And then Fred probably smartly is going to go with the Bucs.
Buccaneers 24 to 10. Yeah.
Cool. It's tough. Now we got the Broncos. They've been having a tough time, but they're going up against the Ravens, and it's at the Ravens. Who are you going with, Fred?
Well, I got the Ravens for sure, but I think the Broncos are going to show what they were supposed to be. I was having this conversation earlier with Bruce and Ant, and I've always been of the mindset that they should have been starting Melvin Gordon anyway to try to force Javonte Williams into their number one position. Last year, he was their starter, and Melvin Gordon's stats were technically better. He scored more touchdowns than it. But now that they have one running back, you feel me? He's able to get his rhythm. Some running backs need the body and needs their rhythm. So I think now that they have one running back, they can run their offense with more rhythm. And Melvin Gordon and Russell Wilson used to be teammates in college. So,
fair point.
Yeah.
Fair
so
point.
I think this is the start of Broncos turnaround. Just not this week. They're not going to win this week because Lamar is out there.
Okay. I don't know. Like, so I think Lamar, and I told you this last time. Like, obviously, he's the most exciting player to watch. To me, he's the most impactful player to watch. When you have an Aaron Donald out there, right? Maybe even a Von Miller. Like, they can impact the game as well from a defense standpoint. It carries over to the offense. But when I look offensively, no one can do what Lamar Jackson does. I understand Patrick Mahomes out there. I understand Josh Allen out there. No one got that speed. No one got that gravity. So it's scary. It's tough. When I look at Russell Wilson, for whatever reason, I look at him. You know how when you go and you're playing, you hooping right at the rec center, and like you see a young boy who's real talented. You know, talent-wise, he's better than you. But because you're older, because you have a little more experience, you might be able to just edge him out. I think for whatever reason, I get that vibe that, you know what, Russell Wilson, struggles and all, can pull it out over Lamar Jackson right now. Now, later on, it's going to be Lamar Jackson gets over that hump. Kind of like how I was asking y'all, is Trevor Lawrence, can he get to that Justin Herbert level right now? You guys were saying no. I think, don't get me wrong, Lamar Jackson is better than Russell Wilson, but their experience comes in. Like Cam Newton was better than Peyton Manning. It might not be the best comparison because it wasn't Peyton Manning that did it, but still Peyton Manning had to make those throws.
Like Peyton Manning still had to score the line.
So experience does matter. I think this could be considered that trap game, right? I would favor the Ravens, but I might bet on the Broncos to get a little saucy in FanDuel. So
where's this game played? Do you know? Is it in Denver?
It's at the Ravens. It's at the Ravens.
Okay.
Yeah, it's at the Ravens.
So I wouldn't be surprised. That's a good point for sure. Like Russell Wilson is still Russell Wilson, like you say, he's a Super Bowl champ. And that defense is crazy.
Their defense, like their team is not bad. I don't think the offense has to click. That's it. And if they click later on in the season and don't win and get to the playoffs, they're going to be dangerous come next season. So that's how I look at it. But I'm not mad at that, bro. That's a good point. I'm not mad if he's betting on the Ravens. Yeah. Now we got the Cowboys versus the Packers. Now this is hopefully with a healthy Dak, because he was injured week 1 off the thumb, didn't give no thumbs up to nobody. But it was cool. Cooper Rush said, I almost said Cup. Cooper Rush was like, you know what, Dak, we got you. We got 2 of them for you, baby. And it's kept these boys afloat. But Dak's gonna be playing unless Jerry said, you know what, Dak, why don't you take a load off, champ? This is Coop's team now.
Yeah.
Are the Cowboys gonna beat the Packers, or you got more faith in the Packers?
You got the Cowboys, you can have the Proud Boys, you can have the Dudley Boys. They ain't beating no damn Packers, bro. We here now. Listen, RELAX. Last year when we played New Orleans in week 1, they smoked our boots. We came back, and you seen what happened. We won an MVP, right? This year we're coming back for what's ours. Our defense still intact. We don't need Devontae Adams. I love Devontae, but we don't need him. We're going to be all right. We got Alan Lazard. Our run game is still strong. And AR is on that ayahuasca. Now watch this. We're going to beat this unbeatable Dallas team because we have Aaron Rodgers, okay?
So I just want to say, when you say y'all don't need Devontae Adams, that's wild off the break. Wow, oh my God, that's crazy. I'm oh my God. All right, I'm going Packers.
Okay.
People, I can't try to get creative right now. I'm a little discombobulated. That Devontae Adams thing really threw me for a loop. I just knew we were going to get off on a tangent, but I'm going to stay on track here. This is very hard to do as a host. I'm just letting y'all know that. That's very, very disrespectful. I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers would say the same thing.
I love him.
I hear that. It's just wild. It's crazy. We're not missing him. That's
tough. Bro, we lost 3 playoff games by him force feeding him. You gotta.
But if you add that, I feel like that's more so on Aaron Rodgers. Think about it. You have Alan Lazard, you have all these pieces, and you have Devontae Adams. Stop force feeding Devontae Adams.
I agree, bro.
It's easier. So that's on Aaron Rodgers.
I agree. No, I agree. But less is more. Like, I agree. Now he's not there for him to even have that decision. That's what I'm happy about. It's not about Devontae Adams, actually. It's about Aaron Rodgers.
I hear that. Take away his best toy, make him use his other weapons. I get that. It's kind of like Patrick Mahomes. Take away Tyreek Hill, make him use a better weapon, or I think it's gonna make Patrick Mahomes a better QB. So it might make Aaron Rodgers a better QB as well. One of my friends said Aaron Rodgers is not a good leader as QB, so that's pretty interesting, especially since he said Dak Prescott's a better leader than Aaron Rodgers. But we understand that at least I guess Dak's a better leader, but Aaron Rodgers wins this game. It's cool. But don't sleep on that Cowboys defense though, because them boys will get after AR. So if that O-line for AR is not helping, might be a little dicey. Just saying. But yeah, it might be a little dicey. Now we do have the 49ers who did get saucy against the Cardinals, who you don't like. So I think it's fair to say that you're gonna go against the Cardinals and Kyler Murray. My bad.
Listen, I have the 49ers winning this game by 2 scores and a touchdown.
Okay.
Literally, I have them beating them probably about something along the lines of 31-14.
So a beat down like that.
2 scores and a field goal. Excuse me, not 2 scores and a touchdown. 2 scores and a field. I think it'll be 31-14, San Fran. Which doesn't bode well for my fantasy team because I need James Conner to actually get the touches.
Well, maybe he does. Because I do think though that Cardinals offense, it might be able to turn around Kyler Murray. I do. The same thing I say about Lamar Jackson, I say similar things about Kyler Murray. Again, follow me, just hear me out. Nobody's as quick as this man. He can throw the ball. He's a little creative. The only thing is he's too short. He's too small. That's it. That's my biggest problem. If he was taller, oh wow, give him Tua's height. Incredible. Yeah. But we're not there yet. So that's my only hesitation with Kyler Murray. Well, that and the fact that they say he was just free balling everything, which I'm like,
I think him and Kingsbury at this point are,
I mean, he made it this far doing that, so that's crazy. So maybe if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But it's not the best scenario too. But I say that, and again, like it gets a little tricky for me against the Cardinals, because I do see like they are a team that can beat the 49ers. Again, Kyler Murray can extend that play. Now you're getting your team a little bit more opportunity, that he can throw that ball. He can make those awkward passes. So it gets a little dicey. I think right now I'm more comfortable with the Niners. But if I want to go out on a limb and say the Cardinals, I might not be too mad at that. Like FanDuel could very well get my money again. I'm on record saying,
do it.
Yeah, because I did say the Cardinals versus the Raiders was before the season. This was because my homeboy and I were talking about some other stuff. But Cardinals versus Raiders is supposed to be the Super Bowl for this year. Right. So it'd be interesting to see. Wild ass story, by the way.
Wait, Cardinals versus Raiders?
We said this before Week 1 even began. I'm just letting you know that I'll explain it later on. But that's what was supposed to happen, and it's not looking that way. So, but the Cardinals can at least still get to that point potentially. I don't think the Raiders got a shot, but that's why I say it's a little dicey. But I think we both feel best on the 49ers. I do think though, Kyler Murray can outduel old boy Jimmy G. So we'll see how that goes though. Because again, maybe the Niners did not get enough competition for you in this game. So let me do it like this then. What if we give them the Chiefs? 49ers versus the Chiefs. Is Patty Mahomes and company going to be able to outduel the 49ers? Because offensively, they might not be able to link with the Chiefs, but that 49ers defense might be able to slow down the Chiefs. I
think this time around, 49ers can beat the Chiefs, but I think you just mentioned it. Patrick Mahomes losing Tyreek Hill has caused Patrick Mahomes to grow up overnight. I think the Chiefs, if they don't have the best offensive line in the league, they may have the second best offensive line in the league. They're top 5 in passing and rushing. Patrick Mahomes only been sacked 5 times in 4 games. He's not, you know what I'm saying? He's not hitting the ground. And he just, I don't know, he just looks a lot sharper than he used to play around too much for me. I feel like now he has to really pay attention to pre-snap reads and stuff. And then the defense is making plays when they need to. The run game looks good when it needs to. But San Fran, man, just something about San Fran. So I would say maybe I'll give San Fran that win this time. In the Super Bowl, they were one pass away. If Emmanuel Sanders was 6'4", San Fran wins that Super Bowl, or if Jimmy G was slightly more accurate, they'll win that Super Bowl. Yeah, I'll give it to San Fran, man. I think the way their confidence is right now that they got rid of Trey Lance and they got their porn star Jimmy back, I think they're just flying high right now, bro. So
okay.
And I can't get that Colts loss out of my mind for the freaking Chiefs.
You have anomalies. It's any given Sunday. Shit happens. Like,
and that shit was the Colts.
Who knows? I didn't like how you gave that. You mentioned that porn star reference. I'm like, I never like drinking juice when anybody talks about porn. I was like this. I hate that motion. When people talk, I don't like that. Pineapple. But no, I think, bro. I think the Chiefs win this one because it's, and I'm not trying to go like against you, like, you know what I'm saying, just to make contact. I'm honestly feeling this way. I think the Chiefs win this one. Again, the defense I don't think is bad.
Okay.
Then at least I don't want to say like ass. It's not elite, you know what I'm saying, but it's not bad. It's winnable. Okay. Then you got the offense, and again, like we said, you're able to spread the ball out.
Right.
So I'm like, we got that. And because you're able to spread the ball now, you're able to like, I guess, attack that 49ers defense, if you will. So because of that, I'm thinking, all right, they'll be able to discombobulate the 49ers. And the best asset on the 49ers is their defense. Jimmy G just going to game manage and make sure you don't lose from an offensive standpoint. more often than not.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have to compete offensively, and that's my issue. Like, you're going to have to prove to me Jimmy G can win a game. And I understand he can. I'm not trying to make it seem like he just can't score. He might get you a touchdown. I understand Jimmy can throw about 3-4 of them things. He's not going to outscore Patrick Mahomes, though.
Okay. See, and that's fair. I think if this is in a shootout, like you said, you're not going to beat Patrick Mahomes. But I think what I'm looking at from is this. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not going to be able to dominate on the ground like he did against the Buccaneers. So they'll shut that down. It'll be a great battle of the minds by Andy Reid and not Sean McVay, but Shanahan. That'll be fun to watch. It's always fun to watch. But then I think they'll also take Travis Kelce away. And Juju Smith-Schuster has never been that guy to me. Marquez Valdez-Scantling couldn't get it going with Aaron Rodgers.
I mean,
so now those two guys got to make plays.
Juju wasn't bad at Pittsburgh. Like I think he was just young and needed to get out. Again, maybe I'm biased. He's a USC guy, you know.
He's on TikTok. Bro, they got rid of Antonio Brown for him.
Yeah.
And then
but that shows you the talent.
He was good, but he wasn't a number one guy. Chase Claypool was the number one guy because he couldn't, but that San Fran defense, man.
Maybe he's not the number one guy with Big Ben at the end of his career or whoever else you have. But with Patrick Mahomes, maybe you become the number one guy. I'm not trying to bank on Juju as the top dog. I'm just saying he's a second wide receiver who has first caliber talent. And those type of guys, maybe you just need some confidence instilled, and you go to Andy Reid, you playing with Patrick Mahomes, maybe you get that confidence. He's playing a little better this season, but he's got to earn that confidence, though. I will give you that. Because like last time I was talking about him, but he was on TikTok too damn much. I'm like, Juju, I rock with you because you're from USC. But damn, bro, like, can we get some production now, please? Like, oh my gosh, you're feeding into the narrative, bro. We can't produce nothing. It's crazy. Like, so wild.
Corvette. That's the damn people, right? The Corvette.
Yeah, bro. Like, my man told me about that. I was like, Corvette? What? Wait, he bought 2 Corvettes? What happened? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
I have to take him back because he ain't play up to that contract.
And look, there was something you said, right? Kind of going back to that NBA comparison. Mm-hmm. We mentioned Patrick Mahomes. I might even do it like this. We mentioned Patrick Mahomes and Steph Curry. I kind of like that one a little bit. I do. But it's the youth part that throws me off. It's the youth part. But
not based on that,
But Steph Curry did play around too much. And now when I look at Curry now, I feel like he has to control the team, and it made him a better player. It makes him a better point guard. So I do think that I do like that comparison. I've still got to slide over Still got to slide with my man JT from the youth perspective. It's the only reason why I'm getting him there. But I might.
He ain't went up
it's like maybe we gotta put him at Brady and Patty. Then I don't know, bro. It's tough. That's tough. But I do like that. What you said though made me think about that though. I had to make sure that
I'll probably say JT tough. Is special though, man. But
But I think Patrick Mahomes might be a little higher in terms of expectations than JT. I wanted to throw Luka there, like I said, but
I would probably
Luka, Josh Allen.
Be mad at Luka going there, But I think JT is special, but I also think Jimmy Butler is better than JT, which most people don't think,
I think if you want to talk about impact winning right now, maybe Jimmy still, because you got the leadership factor. He's a grown man.
JT has a higher ceiling still.
JT has more talent though. He has more skill. But Jimmy's it's a grown man. Like you gonna listen to a grown man before you listen to some 25-year-old probably.
Absolutely,
like I'm dumbass. Like I got a homeboy who's 25 right now, and I got a homeboy who's 42. I might listen to the 42-year-old before I listen to the 25-year-old on some life stuff. Like you probably experienced more. So I'm assuming, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at that. Jimmy's still in my top 10. Fun fact, spoiler alert, probably. But it is what it is. It is what it is. But people, I can say spoiler alert. We will be having the NBA top 10 coming up soon. So stay tuned. Well, that's popping out probably next week sometime. Hopefully the video rendering it won't be too long. But we'll see how it goes. But Fred, I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it as always, my guy. Got some great content out here. Most importantly, can throw a lot of this stuff out here for a few weeks. So for real, we really won't have to talk about NFL next week unless we want to. So that's the great part about it. And you can sneak in some of your fantasy shit. So let's see how that goes.
Bro, just real quick before we get out of here, I'm on a 2-game losing streak. I started off hot as fish grease, bro. Injuries and this week I'm looking to get back on track, bro.
Yeah. I remember they were talking about it last week or 2 weeks ago. They were like, "Oh yeah, you don't want to talk about your fantasy team now." Yeah, it was last week because Rick was on it too. So I'm like, dang, I've been there. Injuries suck. Injuries suck so bad. And then that scramble game, it's like it's so frustrating.
It's nothing worse than an in-game injury before your player gets what he was projected to get, man.
Oh, that's what happened with Javonte. Buddy was supposed to give me like 15, ended with like 3. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, bro. I saw the last 2 weeks. It's been bad, bro. So
yeah.
Hopefully I got some good news for you next time.
See how it goes. Hopefully I got some good news myself. I'm owing $15 every week for every loss. Yeah, I'm 0-4 right now, so it's tough. But it's been like I have like everybody's been scoring like $130, $150 on me. It's been impressive.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been one of those like even if I score well, people try to.
I wish I could say the same, bro. I haven't broken 100 points the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, you might.
After hitting 150 the prior 2, so yeah.
I ain't got no. Hold on. Wave that right flag, brother. Wave that right flag, brother.
Yo, we out of here, man. We out of here. Oh,
that was perfect segment. That was perfect transition though. You got anything you want to say? Plug your shit in before we go.
No, man. Leave it to me. Sports segments. It's keep your eyes and ears open. At some point, once I get through this stretch of work, trades convinced me to get things back going. So I will be doing so. Hopefully before the year ends, man. It's so much to talk about. Like we said, all sports are pretty much going right now. This is like the best time of the year if you're a sports fan. So basketball season starting. I have a lot of Russell Westbrook stuff to talk about. I have a lot of Joker stuff to talk about. I have a lot of Knicks stuff to talk about. Detroit Pistons stuff. So yeah, man.
I ain't even gonna hold you. Shoot, if you want, we can end this one, start a new one, and talk about Russell Westbrook and NBA stuff. I got
another 20-30 minute window because
tell you what, right. Yeah, but we can do a little something like, all right. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, everybody. Well, I guess we'll do an ad hoc one. See, this is how we get it on Get 'em Bucket. Just do random stuff. It's that genuine conversation. So hope you can stay tuned and we'll be having on the same stuff. So
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I got to go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here.